Welcome to The Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler.
All right, it's 11:01. Welcome to The Lock Shop. Thank you very much for being here today. Morning Show AI song generator now has its own YouTube account. Lock Shop host number 5 in the style of 1990s British pop punk. Yeah, or Spency 5 Cents, he says, do it in the style of Mambo number 5. Lock Shop host number 5. And now we're live. It's what was the one that Eric suggested today for you and Glue Guy's Hot Tub?
That could be really groovy. Hot tubbing.
Yeah, hot tubbing, 101 degrees.
Yeah, that would be good.
Hot. It was
Hot Lovin' by.
no, not Hot Lovin'. It was
Hot Lovin'. What is it? Hot.
I saved it in here because I think it would be funny to write that actual parody song. Hot Blooded.
Hot Blooded.
Instead of hot blooded, it's
Yeah.
hot tubbing. Hot tubbing.
Yes.
Glue Guy and YTT.
That'd be good.
That would be funny. I think that would be pretty funny. Got the temper set at 103.
Yeah. That'd be good.
that's
Something's cooking.
a quick one. That's a quick one to bang out too.
Something's cooking.
Now, do we want to invest the close to $500 to make it happen? I'm not too sure. When we're banging out AI bangers anyway. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be funny for a Lock Shop thing. All right, 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. If you are watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. That would be greatly appreciated. Huss is going to be by. We'll set up the NHL slate. Tonight we'll recap the Texans and the Steelers. We'll take a look at the Super Bowl odds. See where those are at right now as well. Yeah, Jen says hot-blooded foreigner. That's it. It's foreigner. Hot-blooded, hot tubbing. That's I like it. That's something that we could probably work with. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. We got green screen Huss. I'll throw a 7-Eleven or something behind him, maybe a Hooters in behind that guy today when he joins us. That's what we'll make do. All right, we got the football game to get to last night. Let me just quickly mention that the Lock Shop, and of course all of Edmonton Sports Talk, is brought to you by Play Alberta. And you can go to playalberta.ca or download the Play Alberta app, click on the EST specials page. Obviously, at Play Alberta, you can dive into the casino, sports, live dealer, lottery, instance. I think everybody here at the office is starting to use their game sense, but I'm seeing the Play Alberta laptop. I've seen the Play Alberta website up on a lot of different laptops around the office. Hernan, Tommy sprinkling like 4 or 5 parlays a night. Reed and Jay are constantly with the live dealers. It's Play Alberta helps keep us afloat, but I think we're also helping keep them afloat. Here's the 2 specials that we got for you so far. Early bird bet is up. Oilers money line, McDavid and Draisaitl 2 points each. These guys crush Nashville plus 250. And Jay's play of the day, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl each with a power play point tonight. And for them to each get a power play point tonight, it would pay plus 355. So Glue Guy will dive into that a little bit more when he gets to his play of the day. Let's see here. The Oilers. Some movement here for the Oilers. The Oilers have activated goaltender Tristan Jarry and defenseman Jake Wallman from the LTIR. The team has also placed Adam Henrique on the LTIR and moved Connor Ingram from emergency recall status to a regular recall. So as of this moment, it looks as though they're going to continue to carry the 3 goaltenders. Tristan Jarry returning to the lineup, and Wallman is off of the injury reserve. So good news on an injury front for the Edmonton Oilers. All right, let's bring in Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk, and I will get that green screen spiced up a little bit. Huss, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Did we see the end of Aaron Rodgers last night?
Great question. I've got it on my list of things to discuss.
Is Aaron Rodgers' last contribution to the NFL a pick 6 in Mike Tomlin's 7th straight playoff loss?
What a way to go down if that's the case, eh? If you watch the entire game, there's not a really reason to think that he's going to help a lot of teams in the league. And I know the Texans defense is really good, but I don't know if Aaron Rodgers has much juice left in that orange to squeeze, buddy.
I would argue that he's certainly one of the 32 best quarterbacks.
Okay, 32 best, but whereabouts in the 32 best?
It's not the top half.
No, it's definitely not the top half. And I would say if everybody's healthy, is he somewhere in the 26 to 32 range? Probably at maybe the top end of that, like somewhere between 24 and 28, maybe. Somewhere in there for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, we could go through the entire list.
But if you're a franchise, like if he's not coming back with the Steelers house, if you're a franchise, why would you go down the path of 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, exactly. If anything, I could see him maybe not sign in the offseason. Wait for the first 5 weeks to go by and see where the injuries are. And then potentially join up with the team or a young quarterback that just isn't. I mean, I've got Viking fans around me that think that the full circle for Aaron Rodgers is going to be doing the complete Favre just with the extra year in Pittsburgh.
I had some Viking fans. We joked about that today, and one Viking fan texted in and goes, "Go to hell, Dusty. Like, we don't want him anywhere near us right now."
I mean, I agree. When you look at what happened with the Vikings this year, though, I'm not suggesting Aaron's just going to sign up to be a backup. In fact, I think that's probably not the case. But wouldn't you have loved to have had Aaron Rodgers instead of Max Brosman?
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's fair. But you said it. He's not going to sign up to be a backup.
No.
Right? So then you're gonna let JJ McCarthy sit on the bench to watch Aaron Rodgers play for no reason at all whatsoever?
Well, I suggested that if JJ McCarthy can't get it done. I mean, he has to be their first anyways, I'm not suggesting he's going to go there. Just I have some Favre loving Viking fans, which is few and far in between, that feel that there could be a path that he's going to end up there. The bottom line is that was a nightmare matchup for Rodgers and the Steelers last night. I mean, I don't know if you watched his presser afterwards. I mean, dude, he got beaten down in that football game. I mean, that was probably
he was banged up.
Miserable. That was probably the most miserable 3 hours that he's had in a long, long time. A couple of the hits that he took, I mean, getting it from both sides, Hunter coming from one way, Will Anderson coming from the other. And they just didn't have any real options. I mean, to go, like, the minute DK Metcalf had that big drop, they didn't throw to him again for the better part of the next half game. And
it wasn't until the fourth quarter when they went back to him, right?
Yeah. And Tomlin mentioned that too. They said, so, Mike, DK Metcalf was effective earlier, and then he didn't see the ball for a long time. And he goes like, yeah, well, he had a really bad drop. I mean, Tomlin's certainly not sugarcoating anything for people afterwards. It was a fascinating game for a couple reasons. We'll get to the Pittsburgh aftermath in a minute. But as far as the team that moves on, Houston's defense came absolutely as advertised.
Oh, man.
I mean, they are, and this is sort of why I still think that they are absolutely live to win the AFC, because that defense can travel. And they're going to be going to New England next week, and it's going to be the biggest test Dre makes a career. On the other side of it, though, CJ Stroud looked terrible.
Well, that's the concern. Like, if Houston has this championship caliber defense, where CJ Stroud probably just needs to be okay for them to get to the Super Bowl at least. And he looked as far as you possibly could from okay in last night's football game.
I heard, and I didn't check this, but I heard that he had 0 fumbles all season.
What? He had 0 fumbles all season, and 5 last night, and lost a couple of them?
It was crazy. So I don't really know what to take out of that game. I mean, listen, if it's a cold and a temperature thing, that's not good, because they're going to New England. if it is the crowd noise certainly did seem to get to him last night, and I don't think it's going to be much quieter in Foxborough next week. So that was a bit of a stunner. Now, he did make a couple nice throws, and they had a couple big plays. The loss of Nico Collins, if he's not good to go next week, that is going to be a major,
that sucks.
Major issue for them. Although, how good was Christian Kirk last night? I mean, he was basically their entire passing offense.
Yeah, he's capable of having those games, eh? Like Christian Kirk. It's always like, you're like, oh man, I really like what Christian Kirk brings to the table. And then you don't hear anything from Christian Kirk for like 4 weeks. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, Christian Kirk had 110 yards last. That's like story of Christian Kirk's last 3 years.
Yeah, I was bummed. I needed 70 yards from Collins to finish up a prop parlay that we had going through the weekend with everything else in. We did get that 3-gamer, Bills, Patriots, Texans, which cashed, which was nice. But the jury's out on this Houston offense right now. The one thing they were able to do is run the football.
Yeah.
And running the football and having a great defense goes a long way in the NFL playoffs.
Right. That's pretty, as long as you don't have a guy who fumbles the ball 5 times again.
Exactly.
Look after the football and let your team do the rest. A couple of notes on this CJ Stroud night that he had last night. This one is Jordan Love threw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns and 0 picks. CJ Stroud threw for 250, a touchdown, a pick, and 3 fumbles. Guess which team won by 4 scores? That's a tough one. And then CJ Stroud became the second player to have 5 fumbles in a game and win, including the playoffs, since fumbles were first recorded in 1991. He's the only one in the playoffs. Eli Manning did it in week 16 of 2007. Fumbled 5 times in a game and won. CJ Stroud's the only other guy to do it, and he did it in a playoff game.
Well, luckily for CJ that his defense outscored the Pittsburgh offense 14-6.
It's a great defense when it lives up to the hype like that, hey?
And I mean, man, they hit so hard. Their secondary is on guys. I mean, they play right on the edge. They probably flirt with penalties a little bit more than you'd like. But holy smokes, dude. I mean, they were absolutely lights out last night. And Vrabel's going to have his boys ready. Were you surprised at the opening line on this one?
I'm trying to think. I had a couple of calls that I had to do, but did I see the opening line on this one? A little bit. I'm seeing 3.5 right now.
3.5 was wild to me.
Yeah.
I thought that would be no. I listened to the Simmons. Bill Simmons did a thing after the game last night, and he and Sal always guessed the lines, and they'd done the rest of the game.
What was their guess?
Sunday. The guess was Bill guessed Pats -1. Sal guessed Pats -3, and whatever, late last night, wherever they were looking, it was 2.5.
Okay.
So,
I mean, if this thing was to stay at 3.5, I'm all over it. Like,
listen, I think that if you like Houston,
get it now.
Yeah. I've already seen 3s out there. So 3 it's at 3.5 at like -110, or is it
-116 at 3.5?
That listen, I will go on Lock Shop record saying I don't think we're going to see a better number for the Texans.
Well, maybe we put this into a little. Okay, so that game's at 3.5. So let's just do a beat any movement 2-gamer here, Huss. Okay. Broncos are 1-point favorites at home. The Seahawks are 7.5-point favorites at home. The Rams are now 4-point favorites on the road in Chicago. I think that was 3.5 yesterday, maybe even 3, but definitely wasn't 4. Which one of those other 3 games do you think is a get on it now number?
7.5, you said, for Niners Seahawks?
7.5 for Niners Seahawks.
Yeah, that one I think is going to probably be relatively stagnant. Like,
yeah, close to that.
it comes down to a touchdown, I think it'll get bet back up. I don't think it's going to get to 8 or 8.5. You said the Bears were 4?
The Bears, as of this moment, are +4 right now. I don't see that moving past the 4. Do you?
I would be surprised if it did.
Yeah.
No, I mean, my inclination would be Bears.
Yeah.
Now, what's 4.5? Is that
Let's
there? Because that's a pretty big half point to buy.
Let's see here. 4.5. 4.5. Bears plus 4.5 is -118.
Dude, Bears plus 4.5, Texans plus 3.5.
3.5. Yeah. Early in the week like this, I'm sending it over. Let's get that up. Let's do that. I'll send it to the boys. We'll get it. What do you think about Tomlin, buddy?
Oh, man. See, in a lot of other places, this would have not gone this far. Pittsburgh is a unique organization. The Rooney family love consistency. They don't make rash decisions. I mean, in the storied history of the Pittsburgh Steelers, they've had 3 coaches.
Yeah. Some guy texted in this morning. He was a listener on the radio. Never texted in before. He texted in this morning and said, hey, Tomlin doesn't even have 30 years yet. Let's give this kid a chance.
I mean, it does sort of feel like it's run its course.
What'd you say, 7 playoff losses in a row?
Yeah, like since they won the Super Bowl. And they've lost over and over and over again. I mean, they have no playoff wins. And the thing is, like, it was great that they won that game against Baltimore. But, I mean, they were never – I guess they were in that game just because of what was happening on the offensive side of the football with the Texans. But as the game went on, I mean, they just simply could not get first downs. They were losing yardage on first and second pretty consistently. And then it was like 3rd and 13 all night. They actually did complete a couple of them, which was impressive. But for Tomlin, moving on for Pittsburgh, I think would be it would be a seismic move. I mean, the roster itself is not one of these that you would think, oh man, I walk in and I've got this great quarterback.
The Pittsburgh roster, yeah. Like the last 4 years,
is a mess.
Like the last 4 years, he's had Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, Mitch Trubisky, Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky. Like that's the last 4 years of quarterbacks. Not ideal.
They are. Luke Wilson was saying they're just sort of in purgatory. Like, but he said, you know what? I'd probably bring Rodgers and Tomlin back based on what are the other options. I mean, you don't want to just write off a season in advance.
Yeah.
So, you know what? This is going to be the year. Our plan is to suck. And we want to get a franchise quarterback. So we're just going to rip it down to the studs. Like that just does not seem like Pittsburgh at all. But sooner or later, you got to figure it out. And I mean, they have basically just been bringing in guy after guy after guy that was kind of out there without other options. And listen, to Tomlin's credit and the defense, I mean, they are always prepared and they find ways to win. I mean, another winning record, another trip to the playoffs. I mean, it truly is incredible. But there's more to it than just the 17 games in the regular season. And they just seem to be like just not even on close to a level playing field with the rest of these playoff teams. So, I mean, what quarterback options would be out there for them?
Okay, so it's a good question. The one name that I threw out this morning that I could also see the Vikings maybe looking at is Mac Jones. Right? Like Trevor Lawrence goes down a couple of years ago. Mac Jones plays very well in Jacksonville. And then this year, the Niners lose Brock Purdy. Mac Jones actually steps in and does pretty well again. Like if you're Minnesota and you're looking for somebody to come in and compete with JJ McCarthy, maybe Jones is a fit there. If you're Pittsburgh and you're like, we don't really want to run it back with 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers, who basically took us nowhere last year. Not that you're going to be overly confident in Mac Jones, but I mean, he's looked pretty good the last 2 years when he's gotten an opportunity.
Okay, I'll throw out a couple names to you.
Okay. You're going to say Malik Willis? I know there's a lot of Willis buzz kicking around right now.
No, I'm not going to say Malik Willis.
All right. Give me better options.
I'm not sure this is a better option, but this is, if they are staying the course with the Tomlin, like this operation, what they've done for the last 4 years.
Okay, but without Rodgers.
Without Rodgers.
Okay.
Could there be a more recycled Pittsburgh quarterback than Kirk Cousins?
Oh, my God.
Kirk Cousins is QB1.
You sick bastard. And I love it. I love it.
So he fits the profile. He
does fit in with that list of, like, they go from Russell Wilson to Aaron Rodgers to Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. So Kirk he fits the profile if they want to stay with a guy that is veteran, has done some things, can sling it, not necessarily particularly good. Here's a wild one.
Okay.
Tua.
Oh, wow.
If Miami moves on from Tua, which is certainly, like, it has been discussed. We know that they're considering it. We'll see what happens with their next head coach. The cap penalty is something insane, like $100 million if they do it. So I don't even know if it is possible, but it's certainly, there's been enough reports that the Dolphins are thinking of elsewhere. I mean, Tua's, again, the sort of guy that, hey, you want another chance? Starting role? Here you go. Come on down to Pittsburgh.
Here are free agent quarterbacks as of right now, Huss, for 2026. Okay. Daniel Jones, but I don't see him. I mean, probably going to try to keep him in Indy, I would think, right?
I for sure. I would think so after the season that he had.
It's funny because they've got over on the right side. Where am I? I'm on sporttrack.com, and it says the market value of Daniel Jones going into this offseason. His previous AAV was $14 million. They've got his market value at $44.5 million right now for Daniel Jones. So
45.
Good for him to probably cash in. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Marcus Mariota, Zach Wilson, Tyrod Taylor, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Jimmy Garoppolo, Trubisky, who's been in Buffalo. And then you're getting down to the Case Keenums, the Trey Lances, Carson Wentz, Josh Johnson, Malik Willis, who some people have thought might get a look to go try to play a little bit more than behind Jordan Love in Green Bay, Minshew, Tommy DeVito, Jake Browning, some guys further down that list. So, I mean, it's not a great list.
No, it's an ugly list, which probably leads Pittsburgh back to one of these recycled quarterbacks. The funniest one, though, is Trubisky. It's like when Trubisky played in week 17, didn't he throw for 4 or 5 TDs?
He had a pretty good game there. I'm just bringing up some game logs. I'll give you his game log here in 1 second. Let's see.
He had a monster game in week 17, which is the perfect thing you can have, or week 18. You get a chance to go in. That's the old Matt Flynn.
Yeah, against the Jets, he went 22 of 29, 259, a great Matt Flynn drop. It was Matt Flynn. He had that game in Green Bay, and then Seattle signed him for a ton of money, right? Wasn't that what it was?
Yeah, it was the last game of the season.
Yeah.
They put him in. He threw, I think, 6 touchdowns. They signed him to a big money offseason deal to be a free agent. And he didn't even win the job in camp. That was when Russell Wilson came in as a rookie and ended up winning the job as a 3rd-round pick. But yeah, that's the Matt Flynn, the big game going into unrestricted free agency in a legitimate regular season NFL game, but against a bad team where everyone's on to the next year. It was the perfect storm for Flynn. And I'm not sure on that contract he signed. I don't think he ever started a game.
I don't think he did. I've got, let me see, 2000, Matt Flynn 2011 game log. So this will get us the last game that he played that year. Yeah. It was against the Lions. Beat Detroit. Or, I don't even see the result, but yeah, he was 31 of 44, 480 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And then he signs the deal. And let's see Matt Flynn 2012 game log. Because I'm not sure there was really anything there. Man, that's let's see.
Bet you didn't think we'd be digging up Matt Flynn's.
I know, but here we are, right?
When we started the lock shop.
He played in week 14, went 5 of 9 for 68 yards. And that was it.
Mop up.
Tough look. And I'm sure there's some Seahawks fans who are like, stop talking about this.
Well, the thing is, it worked out for them. I mean, they got Russ and they went and won the Super Bowl, turned into a superpower. Yeah. The fact that they had Russ on a rookie contract as a 3rd rounder was one of the biggest reasons why they were able to keep the Legion of Boom together for as long as they did. And then when they had to pay Russ and Russ became the diva that he turned into, everything imploded.
When he became, what's his name? What's his nickname? Mr. Unlimited. Oh, yeah, Mr. Unlimited. What a stupid thing.
He named himself.
Which you can't do.
It's unlimited. Those videos were so cringy.
He's so bad.
Honestly, one of the most awkward dudes that the NFL has ever seen.
That's true. The Chargers have fired their offensive coordinator, Greg Roman. Happened about 7 minutes ago, Huss. Now, I don't know if the new OC will come with a healthy offensive line or not. But what do you think about the, if you're an offensive coordinator, I am somewhat intrigued by an offense that has O'Marion Hampton and Herbert and Ladd McConkey and Quentin Johnston. And if you can get a healthy offensive line, maybe there's some tools to work with there.
Yeah. I mean, listen, all those names you said are important. There's 3 names that matter. Justin Herbert, Rashawn Slater, Joe Alt.
Joe Alt. Yeah.
When those guys went down, their season was toast. Good on them and good on Herbert for making the playoffs. I mean, that guy was running for his life all season long.
I think I heard on a fantasy podcast yesterday, they were ranking the top 12. I am that much of a degenerate. They were ranking the top 12 quarterbacks for next season. And they were talking about in games in which Joe Alt played, Justin Herbert averaged like 28 fantasy points per game. Right. And then they lost him and it all went to shit. I mean, that offensive line was absolutely destroyed.
Alt is so good, man. I mean, I think that was the first rounder of the Harbaugh era. And he was like 5th or 6th overall. And I mean, that's after they lost their starting left tackle. And Slater's a really good one. Like he'd be top 5 in the league probably. So, I mean, they went through it. But this Chargers offseason is going to be wild because Roman is out. So they got to figure out a new OC. And I don't know if you caught the Jesse Minter news today.
I saw he's interviewing with all 8 teams who are currently looking for coaches.
Every team has reached out to him. And listen, I don't pay that much attention to like the coordinators of all these other teams, but I had Feinberg, Mr. Charger, on last week.
He said that dude's getting a job, right?
And he was all worried. It's like, can we just give us one more year of Minter when we actually get our offensive pieces back? So that's their concern. They were looking forward to changing up the offense. They're worried about losing their DC.
As a Lions fan, your team doesn't get impacted that much by losing coordinators. Well, that would suck for the Chargers. I mean, he's gonna if you're interviewing for all 8 jobs, unless you're a horrible interview, you're getting one of them. I'm not gonna say you'll have your choice, but you're getting probably 2 or 3 offers out of it, I would think.
What do you think happens with John Harbaugh?
I mean, right now, off the top of my head, part of me thinks Miami, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
See,
what's he looking for? Like, what do you think he's looking for in a football team right now? Like, what about Jackson Dart and Scadaboo and Neighbors and being in New York with the Giants? Like, that's got to be a little bit tempting, doesn't it?
I think the New York thing might not be a big selling
for him.
point.
Yeah.
I mean, I get are we sure Jackson Dart's good?
Fair question. I like him because I know he's fantasy effective. Yeah.
Exciting to watch, and he's a complete psycho.
He's a gamer for sure. But, where's that passing ability, right?
That's sort of what that's sort of where I am at with him. But I mean, again, he was doing it without Willis, his number 1 target. Like, he could very well be good. I guess I'm just not sure that, the Giants have found their franchise quarterback just yet. And if I'm a coach, I look at that and I'm like, okay, well, that's good, but it's not a sure thing. I mean, they're going to have another very high pick. I think they're probably picking in the top 5. I mean, that Raiders-Giants game in week 17 basically determined the number 1 pick. I think the Jets are at 2. So, I mean, he's in the Giants, obviously, with the youth of that group, and if he likes them, I think that could be attractive. I think that from the sounds of it, the Giants and the Mayer family are like they said, Joe Schoen right now is recruiting him like a college doing a five-star athlete. I mean, they are right there. Yeah, the Giants picked 5th in the draft. You had the 4 teams that finished at 3 and 14. Raiders on the clock, Jets at 2, Arizona at 3, Tennessee at 4, then the Giants, Cleveland, Washington, Saints, Kansas City at 9, Cincinnati at 10, Miami and Dallas, all teams that people thought could have been playoff teams. Atlanta, I could see John Harbaugh looking at Atlanta, but again, the quarterback position's a big one. Like, where are we at with Penix after the season that he had? Like, I don't know if he's
to be determined, right? Like, undecided on Penix. Yeah.
He's right there. Arizona's going to probably move on from Kyler Murray. So you could go there. Some nice pieces, some nice receivers. You got a great tight end. Couple players on defense.
What do you think happens to Kyler Murray? I mean, he's still startable in the league, right? Like,
Kyler Murray, he's going to probably.
I think he gets a starting job somewhere else.
Is that not how the Jets written all over it?
It kind of does sound kind of jetty, doesn't it?
It's very Jetsy. It's very Jetsy. And then, speaking of quarterbacks, the other one that really intrigues me, and I guess, first of all, they've got to get a coach. But what happens in Cleveland? Like, did they see enough from Gabriel or Shadur Sanders that they just go back into next season with those guys?
I mean, depends on your expectations, I guess. Like, I don't think you can, if you're Cleveland, go into the season thinking Sanders is going to lead you to a playoff spot. I'm sure there were some moments that they liked from him, but I also saw a lot of things that.
A lot of picks.
Yeah. Like it wasn't. It was far from stabilizing for the organization. I guess we could probably say that.
Like of those teams that are without coach, I mean, I guess the Giants would have to be one of the most attractive spots because they do have those young players.
Right. There's a bit of a stable future there if you can develop them properly.
Yeah. And I mean, you use that 5th round pick on maybe, a starting left tackle or a big time game wrecker on defense, which they did last year with Abdul Carter. And maybe you got the makings of a team that could be on the rise. I mean, the other thing, just speaking of quarterbacks, like if I am Kevin Stefanski, I mean, Mike McDaniel's not going to be getting a head coaching offer, but
he's interviewing for a couple.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he gets a head. Like OC.
I'll take him in Detroit as the OC. I mean, I
yes,
like that.
I will take him in Kansas City as the OC too, as soon as we can get Matt Nagy's ass out of the building. But to me, all of a sudden, and I can't believe I'm saying this, the Raiders' job looks actually pretty good. Like, does this Mendoza not seem like an absolute dream quarterback to get if you are a new head coach? Like, have you heard this guy talk?
Yeah, I've heard him talk. I mean,
interviews are. I honestly, I've been mesmerized by, like, to the point where I'm like searching on the internet just for Mendoza interviews because he's.
You want to come over tonight and we'll watch some Mendoza interviews?
Man, I left that Raider Chief game and the fans on the walk across the highway to the Mandalay Bay and the Strip were just chanting Mendoza, Mendoza. And I'm like, wow, it's going to be so hard to hate this guy with the Raiders.
Yeah.
If he actually goes there. And on another note, this Indiana team, and has Indiana ever been good in football?
No. Not that I ever recall in my 44 years having anybody mention Indiana football.
Assuming they win the national championship game against Miami, which they are favored to do so, they will have a serious argument for the greatest college football team of all time. They'll be the first ever 16-win team. You know, Heisman Trophy quarterback, undefeated. You look at the teams that they've beaten and knocked off during the year. I mean, I don't follow it closely enough, but I mean, I read a great article just comparing what this Indiana team is on the verge of doing to the best ever. And it's something else. But I can't see anyone else but him going number one to the Raiders. And I think that changes the Raider job as well. Not to mention, you got Tom Brady, who I think when things got really, really ugly this year, he sort of stayed back a little bit more. But that's not a bad guy to have in your organization, especially if you're drafting a young quarterback. So I'm really intrigued. I mean, Tennessee, I guess you got Cam Ward, maybe if you believe in him. Zona, Jets. Literally, the top 6 teams in the draft are all without a coach right now. Every one of them. And then Atlanta traded their first round pick.
They traded their first round pick this year. Yeah.
Which is Bryce Young got his 5th-year option.
They picked that up
today.
Okay, good for him.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I think he did enough to come back for one more year. They're not quite ready to.
Yeah. No, take another look. Not going to necessarily say he led them to the playoffs, but he contributed in them finishing at the top of that division. So, and fought hard against the Rams. Huss, let's slide over to the National Hockey League here. By the way, that little early in the week, get it before the line moves NFL partner parlay, and this will be up until the 18th. Texans plus 3.5, Bears plus 4.5, We locked those two in, and it's plus 230. If you want to hop on us with that one, it's over on the EST specials page of PA. NHL tonight, Huss. Let's see here. I got your goalies. Couple of things. Hey, just around the league, Tampa's won 10 in a row, and the Maple Leafs are 8-0-2 in their last 10. Are the Leafs back? I think they're in a wild card spot right now, or they're close to it. Like, kind of salvaged the season in the last 2.5 weeks.
Much to the chagrin of most of your listeners, I think they might be. The biggest part of this whole turnaround is Austin Matthews. Like, I saw some comparisons of Matthews' season compared to the last, I don't know what the sample was, 6, 8, 10 games.
Probably 10, maybe the 10 games, 8 at least.
And he's getting like way more puck touches in the ozone, better speed bursts, more shots on net, more high danger chances, more goals. It's all coming in for him right now. So, yeah, I think, and just in time for the Leafs to come to Winnipeg on Saturday, of course.
The Leafs finally start playing well, and then you decide to roll into the bag.
So, yeah, as much as many people, I think, were enjoying a Leaf team that looked like they were probably going to miss the playoffs. You know, that the entire East is such a mushy middle. I mean, they are now in a wild card spot by 1 point. Again, nothing safe. I mean, they've got 6 teams within 2 points of them. But that's going to probably come right down to the wire. But, you know, when you have a bad run, you basically need to do what the Leafs just did. Go 8-0-2. And if you're the Jets that have had a horrible run, you almost need to do that twice. You know, win 8 straight.
Yeah.
Win another 8 straight, which is funny. They did that twice last year, but that's why they won the President's Trophy, and they never had 2 months where you won like 2 games. So we'll see. How about Bones?
Yeah, your guy popping back up in CBJ, hey?
I just finished the show yesterday, and I got a text from one of my buddies that's not like always on social media or anything like that. He said, Bones to CBJ? I'm like, what? It's like, yeah. Columbus fired Everson and hired Bones. And I'm like, is this true? Come on. It cannot be. And then, of course, you go and you check everything out and you're going, holy crap. Bones is back. Cannot help himself. Now, it's only for the rest of this year. But I was surprised that they did Dean Evanson that way. I mean, I thought Evanson did a real good job last year. That was his first year. He was a Waddell hire. I mean, I guess the fact that they're last in the East, although 19, 19, and 7. Like 19 and 19 and 7 would have you, 1 point out of a playoff spot in the West?
Yeah, it's not like they're an absolute tire fire. They're basically 500 hockey team, right? NHL 500. So
that is oh, that is crazy.
They are in action tonight. Maybe this ties into something. Who knows? It's Jet Greaves likely to get the start. Blue Jackets at home against the Calgary Flames. Dustin Wolf will go for the Flames. Vasilevsky and the Red Hot Lightning are in Pittsburgh to take on Shelovs and the Penguins. Habs and Caps. Montreal coming through for us last night. Minnesota did not. More on that in a second. Logan Thompson will start there. Montembeault is going to go for Montreal. Miralainen will start for the Sens. Lankinen unconfirmed for the Canucks tonight. Hofer will go for the St. Louis Blues. They're at home against Carolina. Bussy expected to go for Carolina. Swayman at home for the Bruins against the Red Wings. Hellebuck and Sorokin in that Islanders-Jets game. UC Saros for the Nashville Predators, and Tristan Jarry off the LTIR today for the Edmonton Oilers and listed as unconfirmed at this point. And then a little bit later on in the evening, the Stars and Ducks, the Maple Leafs and the Mammoth, nothing confirmed between the pipes in either of those games. So a decent little Tuesday slate here. Minnesota, though, last night. Unbelievable. Like, I saw they were down, then I saw it was tied at 1. Habs had gone up like 6-3. Oilers, they were in control for most of that game against Chicago. Wasn't overly worried about that. And then so I was driving. Elizabeth had swimming lessons last night, so I'm sitting there. I saw it was 1-1. Got in the truck to drive home. Drove home, opened it up, and it was 5-1. I thought, what the hell happened here? That was a tough one last night.
It was 1-0 forever. They traded goals in the second period, and then I got busy doing a bunch of things. I go back to it. I'm like 5-1.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, this is the New Jersey Devils that have been imploding over the past few weeks. We just saw them lose to the Jets on Sunday in a game that, to be honest, if it was almost any other team, I don't know if Winnipeg pulls that win out. It's stunning that they were able to do that. Second end of a back-to-back, travel between it, and it was an afternoon game the day before. But yeah, they blew it. And I actually took our 3 games and I added the Texans to it.
Oh.
So it was a really nice one. It was just at the time when Texans were completely taking over that game. So that was quite disappointing. Quite disappointing.
All right, well, what do you like tonight?
I like the spot for Washington taking on the Habs, who played last night at home and had to sort of sweat out a win against Vancouver.
Vancouver, yeah, 3-3 for a while, and then they got it done.
What number? What's the line on the Caps for you?
Logan Thompson is starting, as I mentioned. Washington, we're at -143. Washington was humming along there pretty good, but as of right now, they're not even a playoff spot, right? Like it's ridiculously tight. But what's the Caps looking like recently? So they've kind of been win-loss in their last 10. Habs have been playing better. They've won 4 of 5 and 7 of 10, but they did play it last night. It was at home. It was their 4th home game in a row. Washington is coming home after a 2-game trip to Chicago and Nashville. Same trip that the Oilers are actually on right now. But you are right about a decent little spot play here on the Caps tonight.
So that one, now, I don't know if the new coach bump works the first night. Like, Bones is going to get there this morning and meet the guys.
Yeah, that's not even a practice. Like, that's probably a skate, and that's it.
And they're probably all shell-shocked that their coach got fired. They got a Calgary team that's pretty plucky.
Yeah, but Calgary sucks on the road. Just 7 road wins all year.
Oh, they're not good. I'm not.
Yeah.
Listen. I think that might be a stay away. I don't think we can just automatically assume.
So you're saying, let's not get on it. Let's not hop on it because of the new coach bump. Yeah.
Listen, I know they lost last night. Now, I'm not really suggesting this for the parlay, but I will admit that big number beside the Canucks is tempting in Ottawa.
Ooh, that's a big night. So I'm looking at plus 195 on the Canucks right now.
The Sens are in a dark, dark place right now. All the smoke around them, all these rumors, the fact that Steve Stais put out that statement that just basically put a spotlight on everything. I was speaking to a fellow media member that we both know in Ottawa last night. And it is a mess. A mess that, looks like is completely sinking their season. It's nuts. Ottawa, at one point, Ottawa was the only Canadian team that was in the playoffs. And they've now just fallen back. They've lost 4 in a row.
So the Sens have lost 4 in a row and 7 of their last 9. Vancouver has lost 7 in a row and 9 of their last 10. And their last 3, this is the 5th game of a road trip. on this road trip so far, they've been outscored 21-7. Like the Canucks don't even have this drama around the team that the Sens have. And I don't know, man. I think we got to stay away from this game too. Like,
yeah.
The Canucks might be exactly what the Sens need with how bad the Sens have been.
I don't know whether I'll have the balls to put a little sprinkle on the Canucks, but
I bet you can, right? At plus 195, that's a decent little turnaround. Like
they're going to win one of these games at some point, and end of this road trip, everyone writing them off, second end of back-to-backs against the imploding Ottawa Senators could be the one. But anyways, we like
Big Uke says the Canucks scored first last night, and it was their first lead since December 30th. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah, since December 30th, they've lost 6-3, 4-3, 3-2, 5-3, 5-1, 5-0, 6-3. All right, so there's a couple of games that stay away. Could play the Canucks straight up if you want to fade the Sens in their situation right now. And if you want that, the Canucks are at plus 195 right now. What about just rolling with the red-hot Tampa Bay Lightning at minus 141?
Well, I was thinking about the Lightning. If you want to go there, I'm sure we can. The other
now that's the second half of a back-to-back too, and they did lose Braden Point last night. Mind you, he hasn't done much this year.
You guys are obviously in on the Oilers.
Oh man, we'll throw the Oilers in against the Preds on anything. So yes,
but I mean, Oilers just seems like an auto bet. And then what about Dallas in Anaheim?
Yeah, Anaheim's been absolutely awful. Yes, I like that a lot.
Basically, no travel. Dallas had lost 6 in a row before. I think they're just sort of getting it together.
Yeah, you know what? These are decent numbers. Like Washington's 143, Oilers are 132, and Dallas is 120.
Yeah.
Like that's plus 448 before a boost. So let's do that. Let's go Oilers, Stars, and Caps. What's going up on WST, Huss?
Well, we're going to talk to Dave Pagnotta, get a little lowdown on everything that's happening around the league, including potential Jets that could be on the move. And we'll tee up tonight's Jets-Islanders game. You know, normally Tuesday night game in January against the Islanders, not really one you're like, oh, wow, I can't wait. I am so excited to see Schaefer in person for the first time.
Oh, yeah, lucky guy.
Like
they're rolling in here on Thursday.
Jets played the Islanders, I think, in the 5th game of the season. And he's a rookie. He's been in the league for a week and a half. And he played 26-30 in that game. And the next highest ice time for an Islander defenseman was 17:50. He literally played 8 minutes more than any other defenseman on his team in his second week in the league. So I'm really excited about that. So we're going to do that. And a little bit of CFL news. We're going to get the latest with John Hodge. Looks like we got
GM meetings going on right now. Kyle Walters spoke yesterday. Sounds like Stanley Bryant and Patty Neufeld want to keep playing, which I think is good news for the Bombers. And we got to do some digging. Taylor Elgersma was announced as one of the quarterbacks UFL league,
Stallions in the UFL. No, I don't know whether that's he's signed and he's going to do it, or whether they.
I think they just sort of pick him, you know, that type of thing.
But I would imagine there's some sort of like opt in, like, hey, I want to play in the league. Like,
oh yeah, maybe. I mean, there's not on a CFL neg list. You just put randoms on there, so yeah, I mean, maybe not.
But yeah, we're going to get to all that. But lots of Jets, Islanders stuff, a little bit of CFL off season, and trade rumors and more with Pags.
Good stuff, buddy. Enjoy the NHL slate tonight, and we'll check back in tomorrow.
Screw the Wild. Let's get a win tonight.
There you go. That is Haas from Winnipeg Sports Talk. Man, I wanted to get his thoughts on Brooks Koepka coming back to PGA. We'll do that tomorrow. I'll make a note of it tomorrow. I did send that parlay over. The guys, yes, they said they're on it. It'll be Oilers moneyline, Caps moneyline, Stars moneyline. We already have that NFL early in the week partner parlay. They'll stay up all week, and we've locked them in. Texans at plus 3.5 and the Bears at plus 4.5. And I could see both of those. I could see the Texans number being at 3, and I could see the Bears number getting back down to 3.5 as well. So if you want it, that's probably the best numbers we're going to get on the Texans and Bears. That one's waiting for you. And then that partner parlay is coming up. Oilers money line, Caps money line, Stars money line. We'll recheck in on that on 2 guys and a goalie today. Also like what Big Uke's throwing around over there too on the YouTube chat. Stars and Oilers both in regulation is plus 422. That's against the Ducks and against the Preds. That's a good number for both those teams to win in regulation. It's Connor McDavid's birthday tonight. They're in Nashville. Big night coming for number 97. Got some guys coming back off the LTIR. And look, the Ducks are just absolutely falling apart. So, yeah, Uke, if you want me to get that boosted too, we can get that plus 422 boosted. We'll throw that up on this specials page as well. We'll call it the, the nasty chat parlay or something like that. All right, we got 2 guys in goalie coming out with myself, Cass, and Gager. That's on the way. Thank you very much for joining us in the Lock Shop today. Best of luck if you're riding with us tonight, and we will talk to you tomorrow.